Hi everybody, Bald&curious here. So today we'll talk about the grand powers. They're kind of making a comeback with the new MK23 variant, which the new X-calibur, which is carry optics. I'm not gonna say carry optics legal, but it's made for carry optics with a removable plate, and it's a match version, which it's basically the same frame, but it's got a metal full-length dust cover, which balances the gun a lot better. I mean, the X-calibur itself comes balanced pretty well, but it is a little tail heavy. The original X-calibur, you can still purchase that for I believe Global has them for like under $700, which is still a great option. You can have it milled for about $150. So for under $1,000 you can have a carry optic gun that actually is a carry optic division legal. The CO MK23 is not CO legal yet, so that's gonna be a while. The 15 round magazine, it's still the same magazine that shares across the entire Grand Power line. And the unique thing about the Grand Powers, they come ambidextrous right from the box with dual safeties. The interesting thing, I have a regular safety on this side and I have an extended safety on this side. If you want to make this IDP illegal, I recommend you shave off a little bit of the safety to fit the box, because it might not make it. Unique thing about a safety, that your slide works even with the safety on, so what safety does is really just blocks the trigger. Now your magazine, which I absolutely dropped on purpose. Your magazine drop is ambidextrous, so here's the left side, here's the right side. There's no modifications required, no flipping. Your slide stop, slide release is ambidextrous. Here's your one on the left side, here's the one on the right side. So the gun is ambidextrous right out of the box. It comes with the two separate safeties, so it comes with the big safety and the small safety, so it depends which division you're gonna shoot. If you're gonna shoot production, you're probably gonna keep the small one, because you're never gonna use the safety, unless you're a 1911 shooter like me and you like riding your safety, which is absolutely the way to shoot the gun. At that point you can't accidentally engage the safety on the recoil. But if you're gonna go with a little safety like that, that should work just as well, considering you're starting hammer down on your first shot. So that's about all about the gun. A lot of people are complaining about the way this gun is disassembled and reassembled. The field strip, just about any Grand Power, you got the two tabs right here, just like on the Glock. You basically pull down on these tabs. At that point you just pull back on the slide and lift it up. That's all you do. Your recoil spring, the guide rod's captured. It might be different on the new one. Here's your recoil spring. That's pretty much all you have to do with the lower. You clean all this up, you lube this. There's a little bearing over here that is responsible for the rotating barrel, but we'll get to it in a second. So here's your barrel. You take the barrel out, and voila, that's it. That's all you have to field strip. Once in a blue moon, since this is an internal extractor, it's not a bad idea to take the extractor out and clean up all the carbon behind it. I have the video on that already. I'll post it somewhere up there. So the original Excalibur, the rotating barrel design is done right here on this bearing. So as it unlocks, you can see the barrel rotates. The newer one, there's a channel in here, and there's basically a post sticking over here, which supposedly adds into reliability. These guns do have a little bit of the breaking period. The Grand Power is not as big of a company as a CZ. They don't break in the guns in the factory. So this one, it was a little frustrating. It takes a couple hundred rounds to get everything broken in. Most importantly, you need to learn how to lube it. So the back part of the barrel right here, that needs a little bit of the lube. and the bearing over here, that's pretty much the only parts that you need to lube real well. So to reassemble the gun, your recoil spring, you put your barrel into the slide with the cam action facing up, so the flat portion goes against the slide. At that point, all you do is slide it on, let go, done. Guns reassemble. So yes, it might take a little used to, but it's once you figure it out, it's really easy. Again, you start with the hammer bag, makes it a little easier. I usually put my finger over here, slide these two tabs down, you pull and lift, and voila, here's your slide. To reassemble, again, see the barrel has a flat part, you rotate, the flat part goes against the slide, the camming action goes up, you put your guide rod in there, and all you do is just pull it back, drop it on the rails, let go. Guns reassembled. This is my original Excalibur. The trigger on this thing is about just under 5 pounds, actually a little over 4 pounds in double action, and a little bit over 2 pounds in a single action, and super nice and short reset. This gun is, I keep saying, for the money, this is the best stock trigger that you're gonna find on the market from right out of the box. Now, you wanna have a little shorter version of the Excalibur. This is the X-trim, so this is basically the original K100 with some lightning cuts. This used to be my IDPA gun. This one doesn't have the Excalibur logo, so the trigger is just a hair heavier. This is just around 3 pounds in a single action, and a little over 5 pounds in double action. Other than that, it's essentially the same gun. It just doesn't have a bull barrel, and it's shorter, but it's the same internals, same everything. Reassembly, same way. Done. Now, the third version that I was really looking forward, and I was kind of disappointed originally, was a Q100, which is a striker fired. It still has the same ergos. I'm not too fond of the way they plug the safeties. Again, essentially, it uses the same magazine. Essentially, it's the same lot of parts, a rotating barrel. So again, you pull back, lift up, and it comes off. It's got a different non-removable recoil spring, but essentially same barrel, and of course it's a striker fired. Reassembly is the same way, and originally I was kind of disappointed, not with the trigger. Trigger on this gun is fairly light, and you can easily make pretty much any poundage you want. It's the reset. It's fairly, and it's still fairly long compared to a regular Excalibur, and it's not as tactile. So there was a little mod, again, I posted a video somewhere, where I reversed the pin, and it turns out it cut the reset quite a bit. The newer version has a flat face trigger. The reset's better, everything's a little better. Maybe at some point when Global figures out all the spare parts, I might just upgrade the internals, but for now this gun kind of sits as is. So why am I bringing this to you? Unfortunately, I don't have the MK23, not yet. It's just too much going on in my life right now, so I'm just gonna take my original Excalibur and I'm gonna send the top end and have it milled. I'm gonna have it milled directly for RMR, and next time I'm show you this gun, it's gonna be sporting an optic, and chances are it might be my next my next year carry optics gun until I get my hands on MK23. So there you have it, the Grand Power line of guns, the original one, the OGs in my collection. And as always, have fun. Keep shooting.